Absolutely, Alphas, welcome back.
Hey guys.
We out here to continue to deliver you the truth about hip hop.
Welcome.
That help you broaden your horizons out here with Tone
and Trina.
Absolutely. So today we're delivering Dizzy Wright with Nobody Cares, Work Harder.
Try harder.
Try harder. Okay.
Yes. Nobody cares. Try harder.
This one was work hard. I'm bugging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he was talking a lot on the album about work. But before we get started with this review, make sure you hit the subscribe button right away.
Yes.
Hit the notification bell that follows right after it to the right. And excuse me. And make sure you comment below your ratings, your opinions, your disagreements, your agreements, whatever you have for us.
Yes.
In the notes, we got Patreon. We're Absolutely Alphas on
all platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes.
Yep.
And with iTunes, they have a funky algorithm. Make sure you comment. On iTunes.
On there as well.
Because that helps out a lot.
Probably more important you comment there than here.
And also, I've posted on our Facebook and Instagram that we are a part of a new podcast family called the Himalaya app.
Oh, wow.
And that just launched last year. They were at PodFest in Orlando that I attended. And with their new feature that is awesome is it allows people who have podcasts on there to get tips. So if you follow us there, you can tip us, and it's wonderful. All proceeds go to us, so they don't get a cut. It's really, really unique. So definitely check us out there as well. But thank you again for joining us, and I guess we can. How's your week?
I had a better week. I've been taking more time off.
Time off, y'all.
But now this is a long week though. But
yeah,
but it's been an overall, I guess, good month, and it's been a productive week, I'll say.
The weather's been nice too.
Yeah, and that too.
March has been crazy.
It's getting cold again. It's getting back to the 30s this week though.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it was like 32 on Tuesday, and then it was like 60 or 70 on Wednesday.
It's just like the stock market's like
it's up and down, up and down. Okay, stocks. But yeah, my week was cool. Getting established back into the swing of things after vacation.
Big things going on with sis, moving or traveling at the same damn time.
Moving and traveling and doing a comedy sketch. We just recorded something yesterday at the studio. So we'll stay tuned for that. Again, Successful Runaways, we're on YouTube. Follow us there and Instagram. But yeah, overall I'm trying to implement a lot of things into the podcast that I've learned, and brother will be going next year to PodFest. He already told me. So let's get in. Nobody Cares, Try Harder, Dizzy Wright. This is his sixth studio album. It seems to a very mature album for him. The label this album is on is Still Moving. His real name is...
I'm going to start it up and turn it down.
Okay. Lawrence Wright. In 2011, he's 28 years old. He's from Flint, Michigan. It is work hard. Sorry. I just wrote the wrong thing. 2011, he signed a Hobson's indie label.
Hobson's?
Yeah. Has an indie label called Funk Volume. Soon after that, he released his debut studio album, Smoke Out Conversations, in 2012. Turn down a little bit. But that's not the label that this was on. Again, this label that this album was on is called Still Moving. So there's 15 tracks. The entire album.
Is that his label?
I'm not sure what label that is. Okay. I don't think that's his label though.
Because he meant to be independent in one of the songs. So
it might be. I didn't look. Cool. It probably is.
There we go. That's my first.
Yeah. So debut albums in 2012. Smoke Out Conversations. This was released on the 15th of March this month, and I'll get into my review. The first song I thought was very powerful, and it was playing in the background, and it's called Self Love is Powerful. It's positive, very true statements, and he echoes that in another track, and I'm going to get into a little bit in more detail when I get to that song. But I like that song. It's a great opener, and Self Love, as I'm going to mention later, is big right now for me. So, Problems and Blessings. It's basically saying, work hard, don't waste your life. It's a struggle track. Like, this is what I've been through. I'm not going to waste my life. Problems and blessings, they're going to be there regardless. So don't BS out here. Don't waste your time, because life does go by quick. Grateful, Euros, and Tech 9 are featured on this album. On this track. I did like this. The chorus I like the chorus. Wasn't super catchy, but I did like it. He said, "Be thankful." He's thankful, and we all should be. So that's what that is reminiscent of. The next song, "Champagne Service." It's a riding song. It had a West Coast vibe to it, West Coast beat. Very Snoop Dogg Pimp-ish sounding, Pimp Hand, you know. The chorus on this one was very catchy. It could be a single easy. Next one, I think it's one of the best beats. Keep It 100. Jaron Benton is on here. It's a brag track and on the lyrics. But you messing with lanes and we not the same. So it's one of those type of tracks. Next one is Slow Down, featuring Chalet.
I thought you would like that one.
It sounded really poppy, and yeah, I didn't. I wasn't really feeling that too much. Picture Perfect, Eric Bellinger. It's a chick track, and he's like, you know, open up. Is this worth my time? Or are you gonna be real with me? Am I, you know? So he's like, be with me, please. I'm needy.
Remind me to comment on that in my review.
Okay. Check Me Out. Another one of the better beats.
Sorry, yo.
It's okay.
Yeah, you sick of me. Alright, go ahead.
Check Me Out is another one of the better beats. I think it's a rag track as well. I think his flow is one of the better ones on the album on this song. I thought he had a really unique flow. He has a very versatile flow too, because he changes it up a lot, which I gave him points for.
And sometimes it gets mumbly too, like
he does mumble rap.
He does it all, you know?
Down south, like I said, West Coast vibe, pop sounding. The next one, which is my favorite song on the album, is Melanated Kings. Not only did I think I was gonna like it when I saw the name, and then I listened to it and I was like, this is a great song. It really reminded me a lot of Lauryn Hill when she did her Miseducation album. Had that kind of essence to it.
It has like a reggae.
Nowadays, is I looked up Nowadays. He's not necessarily a reggae artist, but he was a reggae artist on like a dancehall reggae artist on this song. It's one of my favorite tracks. Like I said, Black Love. Shout out to the Queen. Support each other. You know, it's just showing his maturity, and he's very mature through this album and through this song. Peace to the Queens, rocking with the Melanated Kings. Get to the money, black man. You know, that's basically what he's echoing the female saying to him. Get to the money. I'm here for you. I got you. We got a foundation. I'm going to support you. And that's how it should be. And that is a great message to have in a hip-hop album. Kill the Tension is next. Positive, but it didn't grab me. It's a very positive song, but it just didn't. I didn't like it too much. Well,
do you remember what the positive message was in that song?
Just the Kill the Tension. Do you remember?
It was a chick song to me. It was a chick song. It was like Kill the Tension with some smoke. Like in the chorus said something about smoking.
Right.
And I can play that right now.
Yeah, play that right now. I don't remember the other chick song. Because I would have wrote that. Definitely a chick song.
You can see something about smoking in a minute. Right, maybe in the verse. Yeah. Right, so kill the tension, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
the relationship.
Couples fight, you know, that type of shit, you know.
Period. Reezy is featured on here. It's a party track. I was laughing when he was like, I was lying when I said I wasn't a cheater. Then somebody in the background be like, I was lying.
He does not
like the ad libs are hilarious.
He does just like a repeat ad libs, and I think it's him. I don't think it's like somebody else.
It's definitely like a double. He's saying basically the song is about he's the flies hands down, everything the best at this, that, and the third, hands down. Period.
Twerk song. That's what I call a twerk song.
That's the party track right here. A period.
Yeah.
I like this though. It's catchy. Alright, next one, Never Slip My Mind. This is a chick track as well. It's featuring Futuristic. Again, hashtag Black Love. Still grinding, but you know, he coming home to some natural beauty, waiting on him. And that's sweet. It's a sweet song. Laylo to me reminded me of Bone Thugs. When he was like, Every day though. He was singing like he was real sing song. The beat was real mellow, like a Bone Thugs beat would be. And he's basically saying, strengthen your mental and just relax and lay low. And if you want to, don't lay low too much where you're missing out on things, but if you're going to lay low, be doing something while you're occupying that time and utilizing it in an effective way. So another great message. More and more, again, to love myself. So what I wanted to mention about that is, I feel it really spoke to me because, self-love is something that I've struggled with, and it's something that everyone needs to have in order to get to the next level in life. You know what I mean? You have to love yourself. And, when you don't, it shows. You know what I'm saying? Your self-esteem is low. If you have low self-esteem, depression, you're not loving yourself right. Not to say you're wrong for being in that state, but once you get out of it, that's a prime way to get out of it. And just say, spend some time with yourself and get to know yourself and love who you are and accept yourself. That's another thing too. Self-love and self-acceptance. Self-acceptance and self-love are two different things. You got to accept yourself before you love yourself. So that's why I thought this was very resonant to me. And I think a lot of people need to hear that and they need to know that. I think it's a fantastic message. And I'm glad he hit on it twice. So more and more, it's like he said, I love myself a little more and more. And you're stronger when you have a team. That's another good message. I thought that was in there. And I think a lot of people's issues stem from them lacking in that department. So I just wanted to, message for a moment and put that into perspective. I think it's a great song. I can't say that enough.
It's be a good topic too.
It's a great topic.
In general,
exactly. I made sure.
Look out, y'all.
Absolutely out for season 3. Or season 2.5. I made sure it's next. Saying he can't be defeated, self-respect, soul-searching through it all. He made sure. It's a Ride Around Smoke song. It's a real mellow track. Featuring Currency and Burner, Berner. It's actually 5 minutes. It's a long song. It's like 4 verses. And that was the outro. That was the last song. Yes, can you play that one? I like that song a lot.
Yeah, definitely a riding track.
Definitely a riding track.
Chill track, yeah.
And they had, I think all of them had a good flow too. Their verses were nice, well put together, I believe.
Oh, you mean everyone on this track?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Currency anyway.
Yeah, Currency definitely got that pimp flow.
Yeah, exactly.
He was still pimping on that verse.
Definitely still pimping on that verse. But yeah, that's my favorite track, like I said, was Melanated Kings. My favorite beat was Check Me Out, I believe. And I give the album a solid 8.5. Some of the tracks weren't that great. The beats weren't banging. There was 2 beats that I liked.
Yeah.
Out of all 15 tracks. So, 8.5. I think that's fair. I think, he gets a lot of points for positivity. He gets a lot of points for creativity. And the songs had themes. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. Let me go write that down for my records.
For the records, though?
For the records. When I look back. What did I give that out when I'm 80 years old? Telling my grandkids.
Is this the same notebook? No, all of them in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's dope. That's what's up. Because mine are deleted every time we're done with the show.
Technology, y'all. Old school out here.
Yeah, I could keep them in the cloud, but I just don't. You know what I mean? They serve the purpose.
I deleted some off the cloud too.
Yeah. But, that's a good. I should start keeping them, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you can just email them to yourself.
Got it. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Great review, sis.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate your hard work out here.
Thank you.
And, your detailed analysis. And now we're going to get into my side. So, I have a track by track. The music actually distracts me from talking. So,
I just hum in the background.
Yeah. So, okay.
Sleepy hums.
I might play some later as I don't know. I feel like before it wasn't like bothering me as much, but it's like lately as I've been doing more analytical notes, it's been like I don't know when I try to read and talk to y'all and listen or the music's playing. I don't know. Anyway, so overall the biggest strong points here are the positivity. It'll be great for old school hip hop fans as far as the overall sound of it, and I'm mainly speaking about the beats. The beats have definitely a lot of creative. Like I can appreciate the creative elements of the beats, even for beats that I didn't really care for. But most of the beats are like more like old school. That definitely has an old school feel to it, and a lot of variety. Like you said, pop. There's rock and roll, traditional hip hop, reggae, and straight up R&B. With Eric Bellinger. And the beat is like R&B all the way. That will probably be a single. What's the name of that song again? The one with Eric Bellinger is called Picture Perfect.
Picture Perfect.
I would imagine that, or especially period. I would say period first, but I would expect those to be like radio singles.
Singles, yeah.
That period is.
I can see period.
It's a straight up twerk song. Like you heard like the bell or whatever that instrumental was. Like it was crazy. All right. So downsides. I have a revelation in analyzing this album here that I don't think that with chick songs that you can really afford to slack on your execution. Especially if you're going to put this many on one album. 4. He put them there.
Disney. Oh yeah, that other one.
Yeah, so he put 4 chick tracks on here, and I mean, and that's not even counting Melody Kings, which I don't consider that a chick track. I don't. It's a great track actually. It's
1/3 of the album.
It's positivity, and it's about black men and black women lifting each other up. So that it's a great track, and I don't consider that a chick track. But the other chick tracks, I mean, he executes well on that one that you said sounds poppy. The slow down.
Yeah.
He had good execution there though. So it's like that, and the beat was creative, but it's overall it is a skip song. The beat doesn't quite catch me, even though I can appreciate the creative parts of it. It still doesn't really catch me. Picture Perfect, I mean, it's cool, you know what I mean, but it's still, to me, it's still kind of a skip track. Like, I really wouldn't. I know I said that would be a single. Like I think it's very commercial and it should be successful. But to me, it's still like a skip track.
You wouldn't bang it in the ride.
Execution wasn't all that. Kill the Tension is probably the worst song on the album. And then Never Slipped My Mind was almost as bad. And then okay, so now I got my official track by track, because I just did my pros and my cons. Now I got my track by track.
Okay.
So Problems and Blessings. So Jules here, starting off positive, banging beat.
Yes.
Starting off very strong. Handle your problems the way you handle your blessings. That's a jewel right there. Wow.
Yep.
Because and you know what? Some people, I'm speaking about myself probably, we need to learn how to handle our blessings.
Yeah.
But it's like, but they're normally easier to handle. So when them problems come, make sure that you handle them problems the same way.
Because they're gonna come.
Because it's all part of life.
You're gonna get both. 50,
you know, it's a circle of life. You know, it's the yin and the yang. You feel me?
Like.
Then he says, make that money fast, but don't forget that hustle slow. Whoa.
Right. That was something I meant to write down too.
Yeah.
That struck me. I was like, okay, yeah, right.
Excuse me, y'all. So I'm grateful. Now, am I bugging? Now, I'm surprised you didn't comment on this, but am I bugging, or did Euros completely steal like Drake's flow?
Ooh.
Am I bugging? Hold up. Let me turn it up for y'all real quick.
Turn it up.
Because Euros sounds like Drake. And I thought that would have been the first thing you noticed. Okay, you know what? And Self Love was also like a great track. I just didn't have notes on it, but it was because I had Problems and Blessings as a first opening track. I don't know why I put that as a first. I just skipped Self Love notes, and Self Love was A-level song. He don't sound like Drake.
His voice sounded a little deeper than Drake to me.
I heard, not only do I hear like the same, his voice is deeper, but I hear like a similar pitch and like the same flow.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Yeah, but this is actually one of the greater tracks in the album too. It's a front loaded album, and when I say front loaded, I mean front loaded in beats and execution, because those things do pretty much dwindle as the album goes on.
Except for the last track.
Huh?
Except for the last track,
I mean, it was good flow by everyone. I will give it that. The beat was okay.
The beat was okay.
And I mean, but it was one of the better beats. I will say that because, like I said, the beats aren't like they're traditional.
Stand out.
They're traditional, but they're not like wild beats.
Right.
But they're traditional and they are they're appreciable.
Yeah.
They're appreciable beats, and I mean they do have good sounds and good elements to them, but they're not like they don't just like they don't really hit you that hard, you know.
Right. Even if you had it on a booming system.
I mean,
like,
collectively, I made sure what like for like an outro song. I mean, I think. Especially an album like this that has a traditional length like this, I think most elite artists finish stronger than that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it was a good track though. Yeah, I made sure it was a good track. Okay, so then Tech Nine is on Grateful too. So I mean, Tech Nine is God. Y'all know that. You know, especially to me. So yeah, and I mean, and Dizzy, he improved his execution to like get with the compliment, the speed and skill of Tech Nine as well. Right. Yeah. Champagne Service, I believe, is a flex track if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, real. I got it. The notes I have here is real funky, old school funky.
Yeah, pimp
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have one track over here that I actually drew my pimp hand back on.
Pimp hand strong, y'all.
But do I have a note for that? That's Check Me Out.
Keep it right.
Check Me Out is probably my favorite track.
Check Me Out. Let me see.
Yeah, it's a flexy.
Oh, I said that's one of the best beats too. It's a break track. And yeah, that's what his flow was the best on there. Right?
Yeah, it's pimped out. Has a flex. Well, we got first. Let's talk about this song. What is this? This is Champagne Service. Hey, how funky that is though.
It sounds like Snoop.
Yeah.
I thought I had to look twice.
Real funky though. I like it. So alright, so next for notes here. Okay, Keep It 100.
Keep It 100.
I never heard of Jaron Benton, but he came through strong. I know you said. I know on your notes I was surprised to hear you say like the lyrics weren't all that on here, but Jaron Benton came through. I mean, you know, and that's another one of the big pros I meant to mention. For the most part, brilliant featuring performances. So, you know, I mean, big pluses there. Slow down, guitar loop, rocky type of beat. Like I said, pop. It adds a different flavors for some variety. Mm-hmm. So for that, it's appreciable. But it's still a skip track. But he still has good execution. You know, he spits well. So, you know, I mean, it's worth listening to. Definitely check out Slow Down. Picture Perfect. Now at this point, I'm appreciating that. At this point, I hope these are the only two chick songs, and he put them together. And this is me like analyzing the album for the first time. I'm like, okay, you put them together. You know,
that should be the end of it.
Yeah, you know,
it shouldn't resurface.
And and I mean, and granted, this is a single, you know, quality song, so it's like, okay, you got that. Right. Okay, so then we get to Check Me Out, my favorite track. He says, "Play Brokenton until it's time to invest." So it's like he's making it sound like a flexy song with the beat. But like he still got like some jewels in there.
Jewels,
like
he drops a lot of jewels. He
he
mentions the stock market in one of the songs.
Yeah, definitely. So he's you know showing his humility. Then at the end, man, he chops the piano up in the second verse, like because it's a piano loop, and he chops it up, and that's so fucking dope. And and its execution improved in that second verse as well. See, I should be like not had Aiden so close to coming here. Excuse me, y'all. Melody the King's next. We've already talked a lot about that. Strong theme. You know, and I think the beat, I think like the reggae with nowadays, like his reggae flow and the beat are like the beat already sounded reggae before he started rapping. Is what I'm trying to say.
So tropical beat to it.
Right. So I kind of already like picked it up, and then he came in. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense.
Right.
So dope track and very positive messages. So I already said, Killed Attention, terrible. Period, twerk song. Add it to my party list. That's it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, play that at your parties. Period.
Yes.
Never slipped my mind. At this point, he has exceeded his chick songs. He exceeded at that point. Like, chill. All right, you know. I mean, really, you.
Fam,
right.
Chill, fam.
Right. I mean, you already went overboard with Killed Attention, but it's like, all right, man.
You is in all the love.
All of it.
You in all the love.
All the love. Laylo has some basic relatability. Has another piano loop. You know, I'm biased towards piano loops.
Yeah, I like piano too.
Then it's a piano loop though. It has a smooth piano loop to it, and then there's some like some drips dropping. And I'm like, he probably wanted this to be a chick track too.
Low key, yeah.
But he didn't do it because he probably had somebody like me. He probably had an advisor be like, look, you need to chill with this chick shit.
Is this R&B album or is this a hip hop album?
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing out here?
She really hurt you, bro.
More and more, another real strong, positive song.
Yes.
And Demrick kind of steals the show lyrically.
Yes.
The guest appearance there. And I made sure Dizzy talks about the industry, so that these like his industry verses, which you know, elite artists, you know, a good quality album. You're going to talk about that at some point, especially when you're independent. Yeah, you're going to get at the industry. You know what I mean? Like, so he talks about how rappers, you know, don't really know how it works. Like they sign those contracts,
to manage their deals,
and it's not really going to work out to their best benefit. You know, it's going to be a scrap. You know, and he's proud to be independent. And then, like you said, Currency, and there's another guest on there as well. But the feel of the old school beat hits hard here, a lot more. Like this beat was like one of the stronger old school like traditional beats. Yeah. And it really hit a lot harder on this song. But the album collectively it has variety, but it has mostly an old school feel to it. But big ups on the positivity. I mean,
yeah, that's fantastic.
I mean, a positive messages are like, especially throughout an album, are going to be almost promise a high rating from me. In spite of all the bad things I said about the album with the chick track. So I'm going to give it a 9 as well. And and that was a number fixed in my head. I mean, like he was at 9.5 until like that third chick song, yo.
You know what we should start doing? If we both have the same score, we should go like this. Wing wing.
Wing, wing. Okay, and add some kind of visual effect.
Yeah.
A cartoon character
like
or something.
Firework.
Nice. Like that. That was dope.
I know.
It's a good idea. I like that.
We gonna do it.
Hell yeah. But I mean, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you so
you got anything
much.
Else?
Nope, that's it. Make sure you tune in next week. This is Dizzy Wright. Nobody cares. Work harder. Tone and Trina signing out.
Comment below.
Let us know what you think of the album. Or if you have any suggestions. Again, we also have a Gmail, absolutelyalphas@gmail.com.